Alright, this is the last mode for unnatural investigations. It's haunting. Um, this mode takes place in a larger area with several buildings, several houses, small hospital, and kind of a large church graveyard. It still has enemies, not as many as the um, uh, unnatural. I mean, the investigated slash elimination mode. Also, there is no big boss at the end. This mode is more catered towards doing the investigation and exploring. Essentially, where it falls at in the process of the game itself is the area. The team would find an area that is haunting or has hauntings, and they'll send this team in. Once this team pretty much determines, what the entity is, they'll do their thing, and then the secondary team will come in to clean it up. Whereas the investigation and elimination, it's past this stage, so that area was never found. So that's why there's a main boss for you to fight. Now this mode is, at the time we record this video, the last mode made and the newest, and definitely has the least amount of polish. You can see the UI and all that stuff is pretty plain. But this mode, you start off just your one weapon. You don't really, you're not coming to here expecting too much resistance. Right now there is no resistance in this level except for a little bit later, but there will be some slight cult activity. Most of the stuff will be cult because they're the ones kind of doing the things. Now you'll have your truck here. There'll be more equipment and stuff like that as it goes further. Right now it's just the send a report and leave, which essentially at any time you can click this and leave the mission, but if you haven't completed the goals up there, you'll lose points. And J for this one, or whatever you have for your journal, is when you do the investigation part in the haunted area. We'll tell you what we'll have you think what the entity is. Now, how this mode works is a little bit different. So at the top right, you can see there's some goals. You really only need to complete the first two, and then you can actually discover the haunted area. Because before you can even find the haunted area, you have to do the first two. So to do the first two, first thing you need to do is find the demonic energy origin, and you have a tool for that. Again, it's not pretty right now, but essentially it tells you the distance. Now there could be I guess what I call like a dummy area, which this one doesn't. I think this one is pointing straight to the real one. Yeah, this is the real one. So when you get here, you just interact, and it temporarily places this nice little totem. And if you look at the top right, you've got the origin, which that thing right there is an amplifier. What it does is it amplifies it, and now you can actually do the tainted areas, and those are visibly found by burst of green energy, which you can see right there. And all you need to do is run in there. You already have the proper gear on for this to clear it out. Right now there's 3. However, that'll get random as the mode progresses. But again, you need to find these tainted areas, because essentially what they're doing is kind of masking the haunted area. So while they're active, the haunted area is unfindable. Alright, there's another one. And that, if you notice right there, that purple like energy, that is actually a false demonic energy. There's like a small demonic energy thing. So essentially, if you're using your tool to locate the distance, it might have pointed you to that, and all you need to do is just walk into it, destroy it, and then you'll find the actual origin site that does not show any kind of magic stuff. And also, if you look at the top right, I did collect one of the cult books. There's another one. Right now it's just books. Later on there'll be different ones. And this is going to be one of the, at least right now, the only map for this mode, because there's plenty of houses and places for the hauntings to be, so there's no need for a bunch of different maps. But it is a relatively good size. And again, like I said, right now there's no enemies running around, but there will be. And so I'm looking for the last area to cleanse. Again, if you look out for any green stuff, there it is, way over there. Kind of gives you a visual representation. Haunting area is a bit different. That one you're gonna have to use. You're gonna have to literally go to the houses or the hospital or whatever to investigate. Now, how those are gonna work is they are gonna be refrained to like a house or something. So you're not gonna be out here looking in the bushes for it. But there's not gonna be no green stuff like that. All right. So I got the last tainted area. Now, what happens after that? That essentially is the last mandatory thing you need to do before you can determine what the ghost is. However, once you complete that, also the cultist that was essentially summoning or trying to summon the main creature, he is now aware of you and he is looking for you too. So as we play around, he might attack us, but whatever. He's weak right now because it's just one of the enemies from the original version as like a placeholder. It's gonna be a little bit more scarier, and the level itself is gonna continue to be tweaked. It might get a little darker, might get a little bit more foggy. Oh, there he is. Nothing major about him, but I did kill him, so I got points for it. Alright, so again, this mode is brand new, so I happen to know that this is the area to look for. Alright. Alright, so I can notice right off the bat that this light is flickering pretty bad. There'll be subtle things you look for. So electrical is one of them. And it'll be more than that eventually, but right now it's just that, plus there's a radio somewhere. And let's see. Now, oh, there you go, look. There is some black goo. Kind of the stuff that pops up when demonic creatures are around. So, there's another one. So definitely got the black goo going on here. Alright. Now, this entire house could have different things in each room in terms of clues. So, you could come in here and find black goo here, and you could find like an electrical disturbance in another room. So they're not all like in one room. Could be in the entire house, but it wouldn't be outside or anything like that. It would be restrained to the houses or the hospital. Hospital's pretty big, so that would take a bigger investigation. More black goo. Now the problem is I can't hear the map, so there's a big chance that it is a sound and I just can't hear it. I have my headset on and couldn't talk while it was going on. Let's see. That's strange. But yeah, so let's just say that it was sound. And I didn't do my temperature. Let's see. That is in your belt too, and it looks like it is. Maybe not. Let me see. It's got to get lower than 83. Again, it's default for the art. But let's check upstairs. Oh, here we go. Alright, I happen to know that that's going to be the temperature that we're looking for. So, what'll pop up is, you know, you thought it was these, so based on these four, it's a lost soul, and it'll also would have more information here and stuff like that. And that's it for the investigation part. There'll be a whole bunch more in the investigation, and it'll be more intricate, but essentially that's so you have that, and you're thinking, okay, that's it. You don't have to collect those books if you don't want to. All you need to do is head back to the fan truck. And oh, one side note too, while you're in here your battery will charge, so you're not gonna not have battery. But you go here, whoever, hold your interact button to interact. You got this little window, this little timer, that way you don't just actually hit it, because it's done. Everybody's done when you hit it. And this what it was a lost soul, so I got 100 for that, 100 for that. I didn't collect all the books, so I didn't get that points, and I got 100 for the entity, and boom, go back to the main menu. So that was the last mode. Again, that mode is, at the time of recording this video, the newest mode, so there's a lot more work going into that mode as the time goes on. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you checked out all the other videos, and now you should have a pretty good idea of how to play each mode.